Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Gotcha from CZT Karin Godyns, and I hope I pronounced that right. This is a neat one, and from a fellow CZT 20. I was glad to see that on there. All right, this is essentially a grid pattern. And neatly, you could use this, well, really any grid pattern. You could use it as a border or a fill-in. This would look really neat either way. All right, once you have your boxes, because you could use this as, like one big feature as well. And, well, yeah, because if you did it as one big feature and then you made the, the separations big enough, you could put some tangles in there. Even if it's just, orbs or something like that. That could look really neat. All right, we're going to put a big X in this box. And then... And, as I was looking at this, I'm like, this seems awful familiar. And if you take a look at the For More Inspiration link and read on there, it does kind of share some DNA with some other tangles. Like, I think it's hybrid more than it is betweed. She has betweed listed here. And hurry. And I was thinking, not really like betweed. Hybrid is the one. I don't know why I would always get those confused for some reason. But yeah, so anyway, it's just, like I said, it's just really, really neat. Yeah. I was thinking, because the first step, there could be some similarities to betweed, sort of. Okay, so what we're going to do is, as I've already drawn it, pick a corner, any corner to start. And I'm, let's see. I am going to the left of this, the spoke. Okay. And just starting here, kind of tethered aura, sort of, and then tethering it here, coming out a little distance here. And we'll just spin the tile and do the same thing on each one. I do like on Karen's how, well, that's not a great example, but some of them she got real thin here at the end, and it's going to look fine however it ends up. Okay, and then we're going to continue, and what does she have us do? 2 more. Now, of course, you could go and just do all 3 lines, all at once if you want. I like that she did that because it's a good example. Because you could do all 3, but I like showing the one stroke and then going on from there. All right. Make sure that you can see that. I wasn't looking. And then making sure I make it to the line. That's kind of important. Okay, so once we have these, then we're going to come on the other side. So this, although that looks kind of neat as it is, right? We're going to come on the other side, and up to you if you want to, that needs to finish there. Kind of hollow bow from the other side, kind of have it meet up just about where that other one is. Up to you. And we're going to do this on all of the sides. So it's just turn your tile, rinse and repeat. And it's just ever so nice because it has a really, really neat look. But I like the fact that you could kind of get lost in this, especially if you're doing multiples. Even just, one big one. Look at that. And there we go. I'm going to throw this also in the nomads category, because this is certainly one that you could do. Actually, it makes me think a little bit of the Elish nomads fragment that it's been a little while since we've done it. A couple months maybe. Well, no, probably longer than a couple months. Just time flies when you're having fun. Little bit, but yeah, still different. But this could totally fit into that genre. And then if you take a look at for more inspiration link and scroll down to the samples, and there are 2 samples, you can see where as a grid, having it next to each other, and then you can fill in this space with other things, and that's just a neat idea. Let's do some shading on it though. And this one is great because we have a lot of places where things look tucked underneath, like right here. I'm going to do all of the sections where my pencil is pointing at, and then of course where they gather. So thinking about putting the tip of the pencil and the tip of the tortillon on the line you want the darkest, or I like to think of it as the line I don't want to go over. And then that way I can just turn, do the same thing again. This one this is the only one that is a little bit wider, that is just kind of wider than the other ones, and it's kind of sticking out to me. I'm like, I could put some orbs or something in there, but I'm just going to leave it. But that's a great way to course correct with this one. Is like, if you see something like that, it's like, well, how can you decorate it? Well, you think of it that way, or just don't worry about it like I'm doing, because it's all fine in the end. And one last one. You see, look at how it's just taken such neat shape. And then 2, if you went extra dramatic with the, meaning going darker with the pencil, maybe using a darker graphite, that's where you get into the 6B, 9B, the higher number B pencils. And that could really make it look extra shiny. Let's just try it. I'm just going to do in here. I'll do that for all of them. So that's a 9B. I'm going to try to keep it right there. Try to make a soft line so that way, I mean, look at already. Just that in that one place. Got an edge on that. It feels like I have an edge on that, and I don't want an edge because I want it to blend in. And I'm just blending right here because this gradient is pretty. Well, this one's not so much. Wait, this gradient's pretty decent, except for that one place. Of course, using the Tortillion on its side so you can grab with those little ridges, grab that graphite and move it. If I'm using a smoother paper like a cardstock, sometimes I really either have to get a new Tortillion or really get it on its side, because the smoother the paper, it seems like the harder time I have moving the graphite. Look at the difference in that. It's amazing. And I'm going to use what's left on the Tortillion, and we'll just, put some in these tips here. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Really neat. I love it because it's simple, and it has this really nice look to it. And just neat. Neat. All right. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this one. If you have, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, I mentioned you'll find links to the step outs. Now, I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the tangle because I just think it's so important for you to be able to see it without having to search. See it in the creator of the tangles from their hand. And, you know, the samples are so great always. All right, below that, if you did like this enough to see more, below that is my link tree and link. And there you'll find all of my social media, my website where you can follow my blog if you like. If you're interested in tangling with me and a bunch of other tangle addicts online, we do that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is, those ones mostly have a fee except for the third Tuesday. And then the first Tuesday is, well, it's paid, but it's exclusive for I have a subscription membership. So if you end up liking my stuff and, you know, and you hadn't heard about that, check that out. There is a link there. But Thursdays is always free. It's called Tangle Time. It's just fun. We laugh through our tangles. We have a good time. So if you want to, you know, join this community of crazy, sometimes crazy but harmless tangle addicts, we would love to welcome you to our tangle family. Like I said, we have a lot of fun. I always do 2 sessions. You'll see that information. So on the link tree, there's 2 places where you can follow me for classes. And then also be able to, you know, register, click that you're going, that kind of thing. And then you get reminders and you see it in your time zone, which is very helpful. All right. Besides that, speaking of our Tangle Addicts community, we have a group on Facebook. So if you'd like to join us there, it's a private group. Click that link, answer the 4 questions, and then as soon as I see it, we'll let you in. All right, so with that, thank you again so much for watching. I just unstraightened that. And I wish you happy tangling.